Why do you want to look expensive when you're obviously not from a rich background? People who are truly rich don't dress to look expensive, only wannabes like you do, to hide behind a facade and pretend you're wealthy when you're not. Over the years, I've received tons of snarky comments like this. And what do I think about them? I think they make a good video topic for us to discuss. I know that you ladies who enjoy classy and expensive looking style will probably face this in your everyday life too. So let's address this topic once and for all. Why do I make videos with titles like how to look expensive on this channel? Because guess what? No woman on the internet is gonna look for videos on how to look cheap. It's that easy. And there's a reason to why there are tons and tons of videos like that if you just go and Google search. People want to look good. People want to look like they're wearing clothes of high quality. Or at least if they don't afford to spend a lot, the clothes look way more elevated than they originally cost. I think we can all agree that nobody will want to wear garments that cheapen an outfit. My advice is for women on this channel, which I actually get a lot of hate for. We live currently in times when, giving women do's and don'ts is apparently very triggering for some people.
I'm triggered.
But if we turn this around and apply the same thinking on men, guess what? Do you think a cheap looking and poor fitted suit on a man makes him look powerful and good looking? Of course you don't. Nobody does. Not even himself. Oh, and by the way, before I continue this video, I just need to tell you that next week, Wednesday, September 13th, I'm doing a style challenge called Chic in a Week. In just 5 days, we're going to build a capsule wardrobe for ourselves to simplify our process of getting dressed, but also because we want to really look our best. So if you want to sign up for this challenge, simply go to chicinaweek.com. But ladies, really do hurry up because this is going to be a live challenge and we are starting next week and it's only going to happen next week. So hurry up. So when we say we want to dress to look expensive, these clothes don't have to be expensive, but we want to look like as if our clothes are well made and of good quality. I don't know about you ladies, but when I buy something from a shop like Zara or H&M, I wouldn't have the desire to have people think that these clothes are actually from Zara or H&M. When I shop from these places, I shop with the purpose that these clothes look more elevated than they actually are. Also, who says that looking expensive means that I want to pretend that I'm a rich person? I don't know, maybe the quiet luxury trend or the old money aesthetic trend does, I don't know. Maybe these trends are just like, another version of how to look expensive trend. My take on it, I've actually made a video on this to why I don't like how these trends have been communicated, as they do lack quite a lot of diversity. You can watch that video once we're finished here. But going back to the original comment, is our actual aim and goal to look expensive because we don't come from a rich background or we're embarrassed to show where we come from? Listen, let me break something down for you. Clothing and its impact on human beings. I actually have a little story for you because the other day, out of pure laziness and poor organization skills, I wore an outfit without really much style put in. I wore a pair of blue skinny jeans and I wore some ugly flat shoes. As a top, I wore a cheap Zara blouse that I didn't tuck into my high-waist pants. And then I also didn't really bother with my grooming that day. I looked a bit unkempt, to be honest. I looked at my worst. And I actually don't have a problem if people don't care about their looks, or if they don't have any money to spend on clothing or any knowledge of how to dress well. I want you to just be aware that I'm not judging those who decide to kind of stay out of this whole appearance, beauty, looking good thing. It's fine, it's everyone's choice. But the thing is, that's not really the point of this conversation. Surely I would definitely want to scream off the roof and just tell everybody in this world, you know what? Your first impression does matter for people around you because hello, we live in a social climate where we do interact with each other. So of course, appearances do matter in some context. It can be quite a powerful tool, not just, by the first impression that you lead with, but your personal brand can open up incredible doors for you in life. But anyhow, the point of today's conversation is not really so much about personal branding, but it's more about how does it make us feel? Guess how it made me feel that day when I was walking around as my kind of most plain and I don't want to use the word ugly, but not put together self, okay? I had the worst day ever. you know, it put me in terrible mood. I felt really sloppy. And yeah, I'm gonna actually use the word. I felt ugly. Not because, you know, I feel ugly and insecure inside, because of course we all do know that beauty does stem from within, right? It's just that clothes is a powerful tool. I feel clothes is energy. So what happened was that I felt that whatever I was wearing, it was downgrading me instead of supporting me to shine. Like these items that I was wearing were literally draining me of the positive feelings that I would usually have about myself. They were not energizing me. They were not making me feel confident or feel good. They just made me feel miserable. And that tells you why so many women want to look expensive, because clothes carry energy. We all want to feel good. We all want to feel confident and beautiful in our clothes. And I mean, we don't want to wear clothes that downgrade us or cheapen us. I think that will just take us to a really low emotional state and just tear down our inner confidence. We really need to have our clothes support our feelings and moods that really lift us and feel our absolute best. I bet you that majority of people wanting to look expensive are not going to be, you know, Anna Delvey or Tinder swindler, who, yes, those people indeed were definitely dressing expensive because they were faking to be rich, right? But the average person is not like that. The average person wants to elevate their appearance because they want to look more high value. They want to look more put together and refined. It is not because we are planning to walk into some fancy country club and pretend that we're, I don't know, the daughter of a billionaire or something. That's not really why people dress expensive these days. But what about the group of people in our society who are actually actively trying to level up, trying to kind of get themselves from where they currently are at right now to where they really want to be in life? And that place happens to be in the upper levels of society. I think it's basic human instinct to want to blend in. We want to feel at ease in our community. We don't want to necessarily stand out like a sore thumb, hence wanting to also dress of quality like these people do in those circles, instead of standing out and wearing some cheap looking clothes. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I've had quite a lot of experience over the years with the upper echelons of society, or whatever you want to call it. And you know, I've spent a lot of time with these people and I've circulated in their surroundings. But of course, if you're gonna generalize, many do dress kind of expensive, or they dress so they look like they wear high quality clothes, which is exactly what I teach on this channel. I love that kind of style too, by the way, so I also started dressing like that. Add to that, I don't want to stand out when I enter a room in those surroundings. I hate having all eyes on me. I am not going to say this to say to you, you know, this is exactly how you should be doing. This is really a personal choice. But in my case, whenever I would circulate in these surroundings, even though I would dress expensive, I would still be very open in conversation with people about who I was and my background. I have never tried to pretend that I'm some rich kid or I had some fancy background. And 99% of the times, it would be very well received. There's been a few times where maybe some people became a bit judgmental. Unfortunately, there's prejudice everywhere. So not everyone is going to be, you know, non-judgmental and open-minded. At least I personally don't care. If I'm a loser in their eyes, it doesn't change my day. Anyway, going back to the original comment, not everyone's mission is to look like a rich person when you dress to look expensive. Maybe for some of us, we also just want to, you know, feel the richness of that high quality clothing, the way it feels on your body, the way it energizes you and makes you feel. You know what you should watch now? Oh, I have 2 amazing videos for you that you're gonna love if you enjoyed this one. Hop on over to any of these 2 because I am sure you're gonna love them.